What's going on, guys? Akeal Senpai here. We are back with another video, and of course we're going to be talking about the geek stuff. You know, that's what I do on this channel anyways, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video as well. You guys have been showing a lot of love, so be sure to leave at least 20 big thumbs up on this video if you guys want more videos like this, you know, talking about, you know, I guess like what other games can add, you know, to improve it, and you know, all these other different things. But anyways, guys, you guys see the title, you guys know what's up. 5 things that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot should have to improve the game, or at least increase its longevity anyways. I will start off by saying Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is definitely not a bad game by far, guys. You know, I feel like as if though, you know, when it comes to this game, unfortunately, I feel like it's mostly running off of the momentum of nostalgia, which is one of the main flaws of this, because when it comes to longevity, I mean, this can only run on for so long in my opinion, and I feel like in a lot of other people's opinions as well. So with this being said, these are going to be 5 things that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot should add to its game, maybe whether it be through updates or DLC, or maybe even a sequel, to increase its longevity and probably potentially last much longer than 1 year. So with this being said, let's get straight into it. Now guys, you know, for number one, CC2 has really been dope as far as, you know, in terms of the whole Naruto series, you know, the whole Storm series for people that are unaware. One of the main things I really liked about it was that it really caught up with everything within the Naruto universe, especially for the people that only watched the dub. It helped a lot of people kind of catch up and kind of see what's essentially going on, like currently, you know, who aren't watching the sub or just don't like sub anime in general. I personally like sub anime, so this isn't a problem with me or for me at all, but CC2 just always has some fire animation, and some scenes they even have better animation than the actual anime in terms of certain fights, or they do certain fights a little bit better. And you know, with this being said, that's why I feel like this game is also really popular. But one thing that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot needs to add to improve itself or increase the longevity of the game is definitely add some Dragon Ball Super stuff. Now, you know, this could in turn already be, you know, at the works and everything, like through DLC and everything like that. But this is one of the main things that I believe that this game should do if they're just gonna have one singular game to increase its longevity. I say this because, once again, just like Naruto Storm and everything like that, I feel like this was one of the main pluses, you know. But when it comes to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and just Dragon Ball Z games as a whole, we've already kind of seen like the whole story already be done and everything like that. And although Dragon Ball Xenoverse did have, you know, its Dragon Ball Super arcs, it would be very nice to see CC2, you know, do it the way how they done the Storm series, but just with Dragon Ball Super. Because although Dragon Ball Xenoverse did have some, you know, storylines with Dragon Ball Super, it just was not to the extent of like a full, like, let's say Dragon Ball Super game, quote unquote. So I feel like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot should definitely do that, and it'll definitely increase its longevity, especially if it caught up with the manga, considering that right now the manga is still ongoing, but the anime is on hiatus for a little bit, I guess, just so the manga can like catch up. But you know, if it does like what it did with Naruto and caught up with the manga, I feel this is really going to be successful and could definitely potentially increase the amount of sequels that this game has as well. So that's going to be number 1, guys. My number 1 thing that this game should have to increase the longevity. Alright guys, and now getting into number 2. Number 2 is going to be, you know, the simple implementation of some sort of multiplayer, guys. And I say this, it doesn't have to be like in a versus type, you know, kind of format, but it could even be co-op, because it's supposed to be kind of an RPG in some shape or form. So with this being said, I feel like some multiplayer should be incorporated into this game, considering that that seems to be the huge cash cow when it comes to a lot of games as of today, or in this day and age anyways. But when it comes to this, I feel like it doesn't have to be like fully fleshed out to be like serious. I mean, one of the main things I feel that kind of kept up the longevity of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, even the Storm series as well, was the fact that you were able to do versus matches and everything, you know, whether it be online you know, because some people had like little tournaments and stuff like that. But I don't really see that with this game specifically. But, you know, just comparing to Xenoverse and just how the longevity of the game stayed because they had a multiplayer type scene, I feel this game definitely needs that. And to increase the longevity, unless they plan on making a sequel once again, I feel that this is something that they should incorporate. And I've been saying for a very, very long time, I want another Budokai or something like that. But that's a whole different video for a whole different time. But that's going to be my number 2, guys. I'm trying not to make this video too long. And now, guys, for number 3. Number 3 was something I actually got from watching an Afro Senju video. He was playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and he kind of brought this up, and it was kind of a good point, and I thought it would really be something that CC2 could definitely do for sure. And that was going to be essentially, you know, why don't you play from the villain's perspective anyways? It would be really cool to play as, let's say, Frieza way before he got on Namek, just a little bit, just to kind of see, you know, how, just kind of build him up as a character even more, and kind of give players or Dragon Ball fans kind of like the perspective of, you know, how gritty or how bad that these characters could be, or how they just even became who they essentially were. I mean, imagine going back to Broly. I didn't see Dragon Ball Super Broly, so excuse me if they showed this already. But one of the main things that they could definitely show when it comes to that side of thing is essentially they could show what kind of happened like on the planet, you know, him growing up like from a baby into like what he is until he meets Kakarot again, you know, all this other stuff. They could show, I mean, Cooler's background, you know, just the whole different background thing with that, or just, you know, maybe a little bit more about Dr. Gero, or, you know, anything about that, you know, just, there's so much stuff that they could do with that. Just show the perspective of the villain, be able to play as the villain, help level up as the villain and everything. It would definitely make things a lot more interesting. I think that's one of the main things that a lot of people like about the Xenoverse. And not only, of course, replayed or retold the whole story of Dragon Ball Z as a whole, but one of the main things it was that it had a little twist to it, you know, people, you know, like Nero and everything like that. But that's going to be number 3, guys. And now number 4, you know, considering I just talked about Cooler and Broly and everything like that, I thought, why not? Because I feel like this is probably going to be DLC anyways, and that's going to be the incorporation of Dragon Ball Z movies. I mean, it's arguable, it's debatable that a lot of these movies are canon or not, but, you know, when it comes to movies like, let's say, when it comes to movies like BoJack, or even when it comes to certain Broly movies, they definitely seem like they tie in between certain arcs of the story. So they would definitely be able to do it in some shape or form, especially Cooler too. I think it would be really cool. We could see some CC2 versions of that, and, you know, just some overall, just some great movie incorporated stuff. And once again, obviously, the new stuff as well. So Resurrection of F and Battle Gods and all that other stuff, we would like to see that included as well. I believe, I'm speaking for the fandom right now, I think we would like to see that included as well, and just, you know, enveloping all that greatness. So yes, number 4 is going to be including, you know, the movies as well. And now, guys, for number 5, the very last one, before I get into this, be sure to leave a big thumbs up on this video. Once again, give it at least 20 likes if you guys want to see me talking about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot even more, and overall just continue to be consistent with these videos. I plan on posting 5 days a week at least, so be sure to show some support and show some love in the comment section down below, of course, and subscribe. But let's get into number 5. Number 5 is going to be one of the most important ones, and honestly, it doesn't really have to do specifically with a mechanic of the game or anything like that, but that is just for Namco Bandai or CC2, whoever is like the director or the lead of this whole game as a whole, to listen to fans, you know, especially when it comes to videos like this. Number 5 is going to be essentially just listen to the fans, you know. I really enjoy a lot of companies that really listen to the feedback of their fan base and etc., because this really just helps improve the experience of future games, let alone just the current game, you know, at hand. You know, I feel like this is one of the things that LucasArts or EA should do. You know, I feel like this is something that a lot of other companies, especially like Activision or whatever, who seem to be standing on their last leg when it comes to certain games like Call of Duty. And it's debatable if Destiny will be around for that much longer. But when it comes to, you know, just overall the connection of fans, I feel that this is very, very important for a company's success. And why not do that for this game? But anyways, guys, those are going to be 5 things I think will increase the longevity of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And be sure to once again leave a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video. I really do appreciate all of you guys once again. You guys are all infinitely loved and appreciated. I'll see all of you guys later. Have a wonderful day, guys. I love you all. Peace.